Jump into this discussion. Now, people have been complaining because, bars imefungwa, events hazifanyiki, so it is what we're calling business unusual. In other words, over the bar. Things are thick, as my friend Chris Okinda would say, things are gagana. So, what we have to kind of see how we're going to proceed, because now it's business unusual. And we have Chris Kirwa, who joins us now via Skype, and also, I guess I'll call him Pops. Karibuni tena sana. I guess I'll start with you, Christopher.
Yes.
Because I mean, I've seen on your pages. Of course, you're continuing to try to innovate even as things move forward. But I just like to see pick your brain on how has the event business changed?
It stopped.
Oh, it stopped.
Yeah. So it froze into a halt, man.
Yes.
So obviously, just like any other business, whether it's the airlines, whether it's the transport industry, I'm looking at 2NK when there was a freeze between metropolitan city, Mombasa, Moyale. So within that time, a lot of businesses are frozen.
Yeah.
So in terms of events now, we need to be innovative and very cautious, of course, with the safety protocols that are in place, which were released by the Ministry of Tourism. We fall under hospitality industry, all of us in events. I think hotels, pubs, and many other entertainment businesses. So the business has not been good, of course. We are all somehow at home on a Friday, on 10/10. Obviously, this time you would have been interviewing me maybe at the backstage of an event.
Yes.
And the sound wouldn't be good, the lighting wouldn't be good, and I'll be telling you I have 2 minutes, I need to rush.
Yes.
But right now, I can assure you I can be here until 4 a.m.
Wow.
Yes.
And for you, Pops, and I also ask the same question to Chris later on. About all the directives that have been given by government, what do you think? Could they have been, are they too harsh? Could more consultation needs to be done? What do you think about them?
There's been a change in consumption patterns in the industry. I mean, by this, there's been a decline in frequency to the establishment.
Yeah.
So we have experienced low people coming to the establishment, low spending power, massive decline in revenue all across our establishments. And it's crazy for us because home consumption has become the new lifestyle.
And
yeah.
do you think, just like Chris is saying that now that he's stopped, do you think, what do you think can be done then to adapt to what people have called the new normal?
What? I didn't get your question.
I'm saying, what do you think that establishments can do to adapt to what people are now calling or terming the new normal? Or is it even possible to adapt?
At the moment, no. Our lifestyle culture is about togetherness. It's about family. It's about friends coming together and having a good time. But now with the social distancing in place, clubs cannot really thrive. So imagine me trying to tell a tipsy guy not to hit on a fine girl in a club, not to hug a friend, not to interact with people. It's crazy. So as it is right now, there's nothing much we can do unless now the government decides to loosen up the measures that are put in place in club business.
A trickle-down effect of this, Chris, also, and is that even just with the news article that was shown earlier on, is about, of course, lots of jobs, estimated 250,000 loss of jobs, massive revenue declines as well. So, Chris, what do you think, first of all, wewe mwenyewe, how has this affected in terms of, have you had to lay off some people? How has it affected you as Kate Chris?
When we do a small conference, let's say of maybe 50 people, and we are doing it out of town, we will definitely have like 25 staff members who are earning from it. And obviously, if a conference is starting on a Monday, you have like 3 days that you checked into the venue to do your setup. And you have all this crew, from brand ambassadors to the technical people, to the setup crew, to people, emergency services, police, all those people who are under you as an event manager. If you are doing a concert, and we've done them, of like, let's say 10,000 people, then you need roughly 250 people.
Wow.
Those 250 people, if you even get one event per month, entire year, every month you get an event, they will still be earning from that. They will take their kids to school. They will pay the government taxes that they need to pay. So obviously, from January up to now, we haven't done any event per se. So those are people that are home. And you can imagine that's us as one company. We have officially recognized event companies, let's say 200 in this country, and probably 2,000 that also operate across. So you can imagine the effect of that. When you go back to the relationship between us in events world and the pubs, because earlier I was watching the other guys who are discussing the effect. Let me give you the event side of things. Every time I have an event, we have an event as Cape Chris, we will not try and do the bar business.
Right.
We will get a pub, and you can get a pub like Golden Ice Bistro, for example, whom we work closely with. And now we'll tell them, come and set this pub. Even if it's a liquor company that is directly outsourcing and wants to put up a promotion, like the captain, your captain here.
Yes.
They will not tell me to do it. It will be channeled through a pub. So that pubs will get revenue, and you have push girls, you have people who deliver that liquor, you have people who are selling, you have the barmen, you have the security, of course, since you're selling, and you need to secure the money. So you can imagine how many pubs exist in the country, how many events are done every weekend across the country. And all that, like I said in the initial answer to your question, it froze.
It stopped,
into a hole.
Yeah.
And then now recently, because the government felt maybe the social distancing safety protocols are not observed as per the guideline, so the bars have now been shut. So that means now the entire of that team that was depending on that, from the person who does the supplies of vegetables, meats, liquor itself, the people who clean, the people who fumigate, people who come and do repairs on the technical equipment in that particular pub.
So it's a big...
You can imagine.
Yeah, it's a big people. A lot of people I mean, it's what we call a quagmire. And I'll shoot this question to Dan as well. Dan, and so we are in a problem, definitely. We do not know when this is going to move. So definitely, probably, I don't know, business models will have to change, or whatever structures will have to change. What do you think? What do you think is like a way forward? Something that is at least feasible or workable in the next coming maybe months towards the close of the year.
Honestly, Will, is in the club business. Most of us selling food alone will not sustain the business. Our overheads are crazy. And the margins we make from alcohol is way better than the margins we make with food. So even if we open our establishment and we don't sell alcohol, it does not meet our overheads. So at the end of the day, we are working towards breaking even or making losses.
Yeah.
So it will be very hard for us as club business or as nightclubs to operate.
But like you said,
if we are only allowed to sell alcohol.
Like you said early on, that it's very hard, of course, if it's in a bar setup to tell a tipsy guy, hey, stop interacting with this person. So, but do you think some of the measures, can be put in place? Because I guess, like you said, also the idea of being in a club or or a pub or whatever is to socialize, and then now there's social
Yeah.
distancing. So do you think, let's say you're to open it up and everybody keeps stools, bus stools, you go 1 meter away, and you're testing guys, etc. Do you think things will go back to normal without, say, a vaccine or something?
As for the business, I don't think so. Because alcohol is definitely involved.
Yeah.
And as Kenyans, we like drinking together. It's very odd for one to go to a bar and sit by themselves. I want to go out and have a drink with Willis, have a drink with Chris, and we talk and we socialize. So even the social distancing, the 1.5 would not really work in this scenario.
Chris,
It would be very, very, very hard for us to work.
Chris, let me ask the same question, because again, I was even talking to my friend Ivan Jalao, John, and we were talking about how are we going to do events in the near future? How are we going to adapt to this new normal? How is Kate and Chris and many other event people going to make money now moving forward?
I think we will order a lot of barbed wire. So we go, confine. How many are you? 3 of you. We confine you. So you have so many fences. Anyway, that's a joke.
Yeah.
Basically, by that joke, that tells you how difficult this is. The same way my colleague there is talking about how to make sure guys actually do the social distancing. Because the truth is, once you've entered the venue, people are calm.
That's right.
They start drinking, and they've eaten good food, and the artist starts performing, or it's a play. People will generally now loosen up. So it means for every 10 people that come to the venue, I need maybe another 4 people to monitor those 10 people. So if I have 10,000 people, now do the maths. So it means we need, even in a conference, for example, KICC, for example, will host a conference of 10,000 delegates who have flown in all over from the world. Now, they will go in, they will listen to the presentations, and then outside, they normally have set up maybe exhibitions from every country. So that means now you have to let people in phases. So you let 200, then they go around, then you freeze, then you sanitize the entire place, then you bring another 200. The conference will go on for a month instead of 7 days. So if you have, and I've said this several, but it's good to say it again, if you have a concert, do you need 2 stages? So this stage B, when it's active, stage A is waiting for stage B to the artist to finish their act. Then you shut it off to sanitize it. And then you, Willis, because you are emceeing on stage A, you take up as Jalango and Timuk waits for this stage to be sanitized. So basically, until we get a vaccine, in my opinion, until we get a vaccine, we will try, but we will not have the kind of numbers and the kind of experiences that brands look for to engage their consumers and customers. And by doing that, it spikes up their sales, spikes up their brand love by people who come. Look at when you are doing, imagine trophy tour, for example, by Coke. So you can imagine, how now do you do trophy tour while people want to come, 10,000 of them,
to take a picture with the trophy.
And take a picture with Nini because it's such a big deal. It's crazy. I'm looking at, I'm a fan of F1 and EPL and rugby and cricket and tennis without fans in the stadium is not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same. All right. I guess I'm telling you what. Go ahead. Finish that point. You have to.
But we have to be safe. Because again, there's no need probably of us congregating and then it doesn't work. So it's a bit difficult. It's challenging. And then like I've said somewhere before, this is not a problem of Kenya. It's a problem of the entire world. So even if we are safe within our borders, if our neighbors are still struggling, we cannot survive in isolation. Yeah.
All right. So I guess, man, let me tell you what, Dan, Chris, we hope to continue to have this conversation and see, because I guess it's something that we'll have to adapt in phases, I guess, because that's because the picture is grim, but hopefully there'll be a way that we can adapt in phases, or as Chris says, if a vaccine is finally put out there, and then probably people can be like, okay, tuendeni juu sasa kuna vaccine unaweza kuwa inoculated. But thank you so much, Chris Kirwa and Dan Paps, for your time. Really do appreciate. Shukran tena sana, and all the best as we adapt to the new normal.
Thank you.
Shukran, bro.